So before this weekend's festivities kick off, man, I just wanted to talk briefly about what's going on with the heavyweight division, mostly all of boxing, really. But what's going on in the heavyweight division right now is a bit of a joke. These guys are going to be playing musical chairs for a minute, and it's just a means to be able to consistently keep the revenue flowing in the process of building up this fight that everybody wants to see. They want the demand to be extremely high for Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. So the continuance of the stupidity that these two guys are spewing out and their promoters back and forth is going to continue. So what you have to understand is the business of things. And this is why Wilder consistently keeps talking about business, you know, talking about it's going to happen. We have to maintain patience. So you have your brokers in boxing. These are the behind the scene folks with the money to put up, with the means to be able to put up um, money outside of your promoters, outside of the networks, outside of the advertisers. So these are the ones that make this stuff happen. And most of these guys are working hand in hand with the sanctioning bodies, the WBC, the IBF, the IBA, the WBA, blah, 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 blah. So you got your brokers. So let's just take somebody like a Al Heyman. Al Heyman is not just a manager, he's also a broker. You can't just be a boxing manager and be in cahoots with all of the major networks in entertainment. So he has two of the major networks that he's doing business with along with his moniker PBC. So he's doing business with Fox and Showtime. And then you have somebody like a Bob Arum, who's also a broker slash manager slash promoter. So he's doing business with ESPN right now, but he used to do business also with HBO. So what's going on with that is you're going to have guys like them trying to constantly get these fights build up um, to to a big number, to a number like, let's say, 1.2. They really want to go 2 million and up. If they could do more than that, they would be extremely satisfied. So they're really trying to get the next mega fight in boxing, and honestly, it really hasn't happened since Floyd left. So the closest that they've gotten has been, I would say, recently they said Wilder has done major numbers with Fury. So, but Canelo, he did okay numbers with Triple G. So this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to build this demand. So what's going to happen with that is you're going to get all of these talks back and forth with the two representatives, which are the boxers. These are the guys that are the puppets, the showmen. They're like candidates, presidential candidates, if you will, running for presidency. Same thing in boxing. They're running to be, supposed to be the best, or the guy who controls the sport, who's the sole controller. So with that, you have your A and your B. So this is why they keep talking about the A side, B side. Basically, you're Republican, you're Democrat. Same thing. They both, one guy's going to be red, one guy's going to be blue. Same type of deal. With that, one guy who's ever the A side is supposed to be the golden boy in the sport or in the division. So he's the golden boy. He's the guy that's bringing in all the money. All the fans love this person. They're pretty much the untouchable. And then you got your B side, who's supposed to act like the moniker, like not the moniker, but like the martyr. He's the martyr. He's the one that's blue collar, the blood, sweat, and tears guy. Uh, he bleeds boxing. And you're gonna have your fans that's gonna choose sides, and they're gonna run over to the guy that best represents their interests in boxing. So if the interest continues to increase, then that's how they're gonna be able to measure how big the fight is gonna be. So how they gain the numbers is they're gonna go through the internet, of course, social media platforms, mostly the social media platforms, and they're gonna say blah 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 blah. Like for instance, they put out a story every day on Facebook and Twitter, and you'll have what's that bum promoter? I really don't care for him too much, but Anthony Joshua's promoter, uh, Eddie Hearn. So he'll come out and he'll say Joshua said that he's gonna knock Wilder out, and then Wilder will come back and say, "Well, I'm gonna knock out Anthony Joshua," and then it'll be something about the money, and then it'll be this guy's scared, and of course the fans are gonna look at that and they're gonna say, oh well, this guy's scared, oh well, he didn't sign the contract, he turned down this amount of money, blah 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 blah. So the buildup is happening behind the scenes the whole time. So they're gonna take those numbers and they're gonna present those numbers to the brokers. The brokers basically, well, the brokers are the ones gathering the numbers. So the brokers are going to get the numbers, and then they're going to run them to the sanctioning bodies. The sanctioning bodies will take the money, and well, not the money, but they'll take all of the info through these algorithms that they got online, and then they'll run it over to the networks. And the networks will say, well, this is building up a lot of interest. This can mean a lot of money, a lot of views. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start talking to our advertisers. So if the interest continues to build on a daily basis, as far as like the clickbait, every time you click on the story, the algorithm is building. Every time you type in a name, either Deontay Wilder, because their names are both synonymous with each other in boxing right now. So and everybody tied to them is also tied in. So if you type in King Kong, you type him in, he's going to be synonymous with Wilder. You type in Fury, he's going to be synonymous with Wilder and Vladimir Klitschko. You type in Vladimir Klitschko, he's going to be synonymous with Joshua. Anthony Joshua and Wilder are both synonymous with each other. So the buildup is going to continue to keep, fluctuating back and forth, just depending on the type of, I guess, clickbait they can use to constantly keep you going back and forth with each of these two guys. So right now the buildup has not gotten to a place where they really want it to be. What, baby? Sorry about that, guys. The wife came in, busting in on my video. But that's pretty much what's happening with this whole musical chairs routine that they got going on between Joshua and Deontay Wilder. And, this is why Wilder is going to fight. He already has stated that he's going to fight Fury right after he gets finished with fighting King Kong again. So the rematches are going to continue. Same thing with Anthony Joshua. Now he has put out something about Povetkin right after this fight that he's going to have this weekend. So it's just pure entertainment and pure comedy to see everybody getting upset, getting mad with each post that comes out about these two guys every single week and every single day. Every time they create a poll, you guys click on the poll and pick if it says who's gonna knock it, is A gonna knock out B or is B gonna knock out A, and then you're gonna have 50% of the people or 70% of the people that's gonna say this or that. So they take all of that information and the algorithms that's created with that, and they're gonna keep on presenting that stuff week to week. They, meaning the brokers, they're going to take all of this stuff into the sanctioning bodies. And like I said, the sanctioning body is going to run it over to the network. And the network is going to start getting the advertisers on board. And that's pretty much how they can tell you before the fight even happens that this is going to be a $200 million fight, or this is going to be a $100 million fight, and so forth. But I just wanted to put that out, man, because it's just so much drama with these two guys, and with any big fight in the sport of boxing, and how it works behind the scenes. So if you guys haven't paid attention to it, you haven't put two and two together. That's what I'm here for. That's what most of the fans should be looking into anyway, so that they're not so upset, when they're personally taking sides with these guys in the entertainment business. They're in the entertainment business. That's what they do. They entertain. So anyway, I'm out of here, man. Sorry for the long video. Peace.